The Board of Zoning and Adjustments of the City of Decatur is now in session. You are before the Board of Zoning and Adjustments today seeking special considerations to an ordinance based on special conditions, or the literal enforcement of an ordinance will result in an unnecessary hardship for you, or there's been an error in the enforcement of the ordinance. It will require 4 favorable votes from the board to approve any requests presented today. Please come forward when your name is called and state your name, address, and what you want this board to do. All cases will be called in the docketed order. Please call the roll. Here.
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 Are there any corrections to the minutes of last month's meeting?
No, ma'am.
And can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. Please call the first case.
5 favorable votes.
Well, I said that, but I will say it again. It does require 4 yes votes for anything to be approved today. We try to have 5, but unfortunately today we only have 4. So if you would like to wait and present next month when there should be 5 people here, you have the right to do that. Otherwise, it has to be a unanimous approval today for it to be approved.
Case number 1, application Bill Wesley Irish, rear 3.5-foot side yard variance, section 2510 8-2E, in order to build a covered deck located at 2408 Crestview Drive, southeast property located in an R1 single zone.
My name is Wesley Irish. I live at 2408 Crestview Drive, southeast in Decatur. I'm wishing for a approval for a 3-foot extension on my side yard. Since submitting the plans, I've changed my ideas. Instead of doing a deck, I'm going to do a concrete patio, but I still wish for that approval for the covering, if that's possible.
All right. Questions from the board?
So the foundation is going to change from a wood deck to a concrete
Yes, sir.
patio, but the rest of the design is the same as you submitted?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
And instead of it being the original 2 feet off the ground, it'll probably be just like 10 inches instead.
Right.
But no larger, no wider, no deeper?
No, that is correct.
Okay.
Everything else will stay the same.
All right. Any other questions from the board?
I don't have any.
Comments from the public? Comments from the building department? Comments from the planning department? Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this appeal is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I offer a motion for the approval of the request.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Elaine D.
Yes,
Tim Thomas.
Yes.
Terry Wade.
Yes.
Chris Ayers.
Yes.
you have been approved.
Thank you.
Case number 2, application Bill Francisco Hernandez for a 30-space parking variance reduction from section 2516U from 144 spaces to 114 spaces located at 928 Seventh Street Southwest, property located at 118 Market.
Hey there, I'm Blake McAnally with Pew Wright McAnally, the engineer and agent representing Mr. Hernandez today. The project we're speaking to you about is a project that's under construction. It's a large building fitness facility on Fairgrounds Road behind Home Depot. The project is under construction. There's Mr. Hernandez owns the balance of the property that it's encompassed with Sims, Fairground, and the back of Academy. All of that property he owns and looking to do additional development. And with respect to that, we're trying to, honestly here today to try to free up some of that space for future development. There was an existing parking lot, had about 30 or so spaces, about 40 spaces or so, which ends up being in the very back of this fitness facility in between Academy and Home Depot on the rear. That was an existing parking lot. An existing parking lot, by the way, I believe that was constructed to comply with the parking ordinance and that it provided the additional parking required for the Academy development. To my knowledge, that parking lot has not ever been used. It's kind of sit there vacant for a very long time. We have a similar situation with respect to this fitness center. in that the fitness center is a larger building than is necessary for the business that's going to be there. The building is being built by Mr. Hernandez. It's being leased to a user. Mr. Hernandez is building the building that it might be suitable for other uses in the future. It is an M1A zoning. So with respect to that, you've got, I think as part of the application, some documentation that's been prepared by the architect who did the building design, identifying what parking was actually needed based on the space in similar businesses like this that he had designed and see operating. He also compared those to calculations from IBC 2009, Chapter 10, in relationship to the architectural drawings. I don't intend to get in the weeds, but I just want you to understand the magnitude of the things that have been studied and undertaken for this. That analysis through the IBC table 16045 provided a significant reduction in the maximum occupancy of the building. So with the occupancy being reduced, the parking would seemingly be reduced also. So the fitness center total as designed and being constructed with the 40 lot parking space in the rear, 144 spaces. We're asking for a reduction of 30 for that project to take it down from 144 to 114. We believe the hardship exists due to the applicant's belief and assertion that the design meets the intent but not the prescriptive requirement of the code of the city of Decatur. We therefore respectfully request a variance of 30 spaces for this project. Happy to answer any questions.
So you can do away with that other parking lot or use it for the planned?
Part of it would be used for the planned.
Okay,
Part of it, some of it would remain. Not going to demolish it immediately, but
Right.
it would free up some area for additional development and still be used. Probably about 25% of it would still be used. The development that's being considered would also have parking within each unit.
right.
So we would actually regain some of that for the development that's being considered.
Questions from the board?
No question.
Comments or questions from the public?
I did have one question,
Okay.
sorry. Ms. Mike, I'm sorry, I did have one question. You did share that with the calculation and things like that, that the number of people that would be in the building would be reduced from the size of the building as expected. And it's my understanding that you all have submitted some paperwork this year that you don't think you'll have no more than 299 people within the building.
That would be the maximum occupancy that would be posted. You know, that, the presumption is that not everybody's driving their own car.
Right.
And not everybody's there. We looked at the capacity of the facility that's gonna go in there, and it was closer to 280. Not the 299, but even so, the idea that people are gonna not drive their own car and not all come at the same time. You know, that's taken into
Okay.
consideration.
All right, and just as consideration, as you all have shared, that'll probably be a limit for us, is the 299. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? From the public? Comments from the building department? Comments from the planning department? Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this appeal is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I offer motion for the approval of the request to reduce the required parking spots by 30, but to limit the occupancy to 299.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Steve Thomas,
Yes.
Barry Wade,
Yes.
Jay Harris,
Yes.
Lane Hill.
Yes. You've been approved.
Case number 3, application to a clear zone for a 3-foot side yard setback variance from section 25 10 2E and 7.2 foot rear yard setback variance from section 25 10 2D for a deck located at 8.5 Ranch Street, southeast parcel located at Block 3H, Control,
You'll state your name and address and what you are looking for us to do, and I'm not sure if you were here in the beginning, but there are only 4 of us here, and you have to have 4 favorable votes
Okay.
If you would like to defer to when we would have 5 next month, you may do that,
Okay.
but it will have to be unanimous for it to be approved.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay,
So do I decide that right now?
yes.
Well, let's wait.
Okay, you want to defer till next month when there are 5?
Next month. Thank
Okay.
you.
I have a motion, well, do we have to defer? That's each chose?
Table it.
Motion to table it? Do I have a motion to table this
Make a
until next
motion
month?
to table next month at the request of the applicant.
Okay.
Sorry about the intern.
Oh, that's okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I appreciate y'all.
We'll see you next month.
Next month.
ma'am.
All right.
Case number 4, application Lopez for administrative decision in section 25-144 to allow any repair business as a permitted home occupation located at 1829 Fifth Avenue Southwest, located in the R1 subdivision.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, my name is Gustavo.
Hang on one second. I meant to catch this before. My application on the fitness center wasn't signed. So you may want to make sure the original one is signed. He's here often enough. I'm sure we can get it signed. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, my name is Gustavo Lopez. I'm living at 1829 Fifth Avenue Southwest. In a come application the business license for trailers repair.
If you'll state your name and address as well, so it's sure to translate.
Amada Torres, and I live in 1703 Leanne Street, Southwest Decatur,
Okay,
35601.
all right. So this was sent before the building department and was denied. I guess tell us why you feel this meets a home occupation.
Porque dice, porque tiene, esta es su casa, su ocupación de su casa. O ahí se vive. ¿Por qué ocupar su casa?
Porque lo que más, porque es parte del trabajo de lo que más hago es del reparar trailers, es lo que compro trailers y hay trailers que no se hacen mucho por eso, porque tengo espacio en la casa.
Okay, he said why? Because I get trailers to be fixed. I have the space, the building there, and I don't have a business place where I can do the repairs.
The problem is, and I think this is the same thing the building department ran into, is there's a list of things that we cannot approve as home occupations. That includes minor or major auto repair, which is kind of what trailer repair would fall into, welding, small engine repairs, those kind of things. We do not have the authority to approve that as a home occupation to be done at a residence.
Okay, dice que ellos no tienen la autorización para poderle autorizar, no tienen esa cantidad de autorización para darle permiso de hacerlo porque no pueden reparar automóviles como algo que tenga que ver con ingeniería o welding o con los carros y hacer trailers es como hacer carros.
Okay, de eso residencial ahí, como está en la esquina y al otro lado son comerciales y todo.
Okay, he thought that because he's in the corner of close to the commercial area, he thought he could probably do that.
Unfortunately, like I said, we can't grant authority because of it falls in those things that are prohibited.
Okay, que no puede porque esos son cae en un lugar donde para ellos está prohibido aprobarlo.
Do we-
R1 zoning, correct?
Yes, this is a house.
It's because of the zoning.
Right.
The house is located, I don't know if you understand.
Okay.
Es,
Yes.
es porque en el área donde está localizado, en la zona donde está localizado.
It's still residential, even if it is close to a commercial area, it still falls in the residential area, so these things are prohibited in that area.
Aún cuando está cerca de los comerciales, dice, está en un área la casa donde está prohibido para construir. Okay.
Devin.
switch to the full-time, yeah.
Second it and then vote on it,
Yeah.
whether you will or you won't, because it's not specifically enumerated in here, but it's one of the other uses.
Okay.
But you need to go ahead and vote on it because it's not very.
Plainly spelled out, okay. All right, any questions from the board?
Ask them, do they have any questions? Do you have any follow-up questions for us?
¿Usted tiene alguna pregunta más?
No, nomás como realmente no es mucho el trabajo de que sea de hacer, sino solo de reparar algo sencillo que se hace nomás.
Yeah, it's just, he said he's not building them, he's just like, they'll come and he'll weld something, because that's part of, he doesn't have a job right now, and that's his profession.
Right.
So, and he don't have the money to get a bigger building, or, you know, have a
Situation.
big place for him to
Right.
continue his, so it, actually, that's where he's making a little
Yes, ma'am.
profit,
But,
or to help.
He would have to kind of change his business model, so if he was to, you know, go to wherever the trailers were and worked on them there, he could do that.
Okay.
Run his home office, like he would have a repair truck that would go work on these things, he'd have a welder on it and whatnot. He could do that from his house as part of the home administrative office. But he can't bring, customers can't come there and the trailers can't come there for him to work on because it's a residential area. But he can go to wherever they are to work on them, and he wouldn't have to have a commercial building. He would just have to go work on them there. So
Okay.
he just has to change his business model up. So if he wanted to do that, then he could probably do that, but he'd have to, you know, change everything that he's got going on. He'd have to get rid of all the trailers he's working on there now, and he'd have to, you know, make it where it didn't look like there's a business going on there.
Okay, pues dice que puede usted ir a hacer los trabajos fuera de la casa, siempre y cuando no venga gente a su casa a traerles trabajos. Pero usted sí puede hacerle los trabajos de su casa, puede llevarle a hacer los trabajos a donde esté la traila, digamos. So, puede sacar un permiso para eso.
Okay.
So how can he get the permit?
Well,
Like
he would need to submit for the home occupation as just a administrative office. And he would have to demonstrate that he wasn't operating the business as he was operating it now at his home. He's got to cease all that activity. He's got to get rid of all the trailers that aren't his. He's got to get rid of all the equipment that he's, you know, got set up behind that fence.
So he can't keep any of
Well, he
the,
can keep his
of the
equipment, work on
things
his
that
own
he needs.
stuff, but he can't bring trailers
Yeah.
there. So he can't have, you know, 6, 8 trailers or whatever in his home. He's
what,
got
what about steel, like materials that he'll need to replace on the trailer? He's gotta get rid of all
He
that.
can't keep any of that there. You know, he may have materials on his truck, but he can't store materials and axles and pieces of, you know, trailer stuff at his home, because that's part of the business, and that's part of the business aspect. You can't do it at your house.
yeah,
Okay.
see, the main thing is you can't look like you're running a business from your house, because that's a neighborhood and that's an R1 district. You know, people should not know that you're running a business. And with all as being brought up with trailers and things like that, it then looks like a business. And so
Okay.
you can't do
Dice que
that.
no puede guardar nada en la casa, no puede tener nada, y que no puede aplicar para que le den negocio, permiso para que usted pueda ir donde están las trailers y arreglarlas. Pero no puede tener nada de equipo ahí, puede traerlas en su camioneta, pero no tenerlas en la casa. Y lo que dice él que no está prohibido, pues no, lo que no quieren es que se vea que usted tiene un negocio, o que usted como dueño de esa casa, usted está corriendo un negocio. Y sí veo ese
Yeah,
punto.
the only thing you can do at your house is have one room in the home as an office. And that's it.
Y lo que sí puede tener en su casa es tener un cuartito donde usted puede correr, como todo lo que se refiere a oficina, tenerlo en su casa, sí lo puede tener en un cuartito para que usted pueda hacer negocios.
Okay.
Okay.
But he'd have to resubmit again to have an administrative office, but he's also got to prove in the city that he's ceased operations.
Okay. Y usted tiene que comprobarle a la ciudad que usted ya paró y dejó de correr un negocio ahí en su casa, y después aplicar para que le den permiso de tener usted su oficina. lugar donde usted hace sus cuentas y todo eso.
Okay.
All right, any other comments from the building department? Comments from the planning department? Public testimony is now closed. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the application submitted in public testimony today.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Lady Dean,
No.
Stephen Thomas,
No.
Larry Webb.
No.
But yeah, if he decides he wants to go off-site, like he was saying, you know, and do it at the customer's house, he would just fill out another application for a home office and go to the building department, and, like I said, there's gotta be proof that what's going on now has stopped.
The activity has ceased, and then as that comes to the next meeting, you know, we'll be able to testify to the board, and yes, the activity has stopped in town. And so that's how that'll go. As long as he doesn't start bringing trailers back to the house to work on, he's able to keep that home occupation for as long as he wants to,
Okay.
you know.
And
But he's gotta operate off-site, totally. No
that he can
material.
have his truck and have his supplies on his truck, and then use one room.
Puede operar, pero fuera de su casa.
Okay, last question. Aunque sea a mí a las trailers, lo que más hago es comprarlas en marketing y arreglarlas y venderlas. No para el público, pero
Okay.
that's fine.
Sí, porque ya le pedí.
Thank you for translating.
Thank you. Is there any new business to be discussed?
Should we keep these and allow them to hold them to next month? I mean, not us keep it, but should the city keep it? They can just run these off at their will.
Yeah, we'll just have new, it'll be in next month's package,
Yeah, I was just talking about the big.
the big one.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
You want to still be on TV?
I just wanted to make you all aware, the zoning ordinance rewrite that we've been talking about for so long, we finally have the public review draft in hand. If you would like to go to onedecatur.org, that full document is there on the website and ready for public view. There is also public comment form. We've alerted press, it's been on social media, interview was done on local TV station, the paper's gonna be writing an article, trying to get the word out there that we're soliciting comments on that document. So if you go to onedecatur.org, you can see the full document, and there will be a comment form on there you can fill out to provide comments on that document as well. And we're looking to schedule a public meeting where it will be formally presented to the Planning Commission and the City Council to start the process of adoption. We will have a date and time for that firmed up soon, and we'll make sure to let all of you know so that you know when that is going to happen as well.
Is that onedecatur.org? Is that the number one or O-N-E?
O-N-E,
Okay.
yes.
And I would encourage all of us to try and attend that meeting when it is held.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other new business, old business, other business? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion?
All in favor, say aye.
All right.